Hi, my name is Swap, and I'm going to talk about slurs today. And when I say slur, I'm talking about words that are specifically meant to make certain people of certain races feel bad. But I need to specify here, right? That not all rude words are slurs, and not all slurs sound rude necessarily. It's kind of like white people, you know? Like there are a lot of mean white people who aren't necessarily racist. And there are a lot of racists who don't seem like mean people at first. Uh, but you dig a couple deeper layers, and then there you see it, the devil in the Portland hipster. Um, but now, audience, I hear you. You're asking, how do I know if something is a slur? And like, what can you tell me about slurs? And well, have I got just the thing for you. For my teaching debut, I present Slurs 201, the history of the modern Asian American slur. Now, let's start off fun. Chink. Now, this one's old, right? It originated in the 1880s. It was a different era, you know, and like, why are we even talking about it? It started because Americans got scared that the Chinese were going to take their jobs and ruin the economy and bring disease on people. Okay, I guess things haven't changed that much, but let me tell y'all a great story about this word, and it goes back to the idea that Chinese people were apparently great at fish butchering, which was a skill, I suppose, back then, and they were amazing at it. And some great entrepreneurial citizen came out and made the first mechanized bush fish butchering machine. And out of respect and true admiration for his counterparts, he decided to call it the Iron Shank. Let's break that down for a second here. How weird would it be if someone created something based on a skill that they thought your race was good at and then called it the Iron Slur? Okay, let's take an example here, right? Like, let's look at white people, for example. What are they good at? They amass wealth, they create unjust systems of power, and they're super morally patronizing. Now, let's say I took all those things and put it into like some mechanized system, and I called it the Iron Cracker. That wouldn't sell, right? But then someone did come up with that, and it sold. They just decided to go with a different name. They called it Iron Man. So you win some, lose some. Uh, okay, but we got to move on. And sorry, we're in a quarter system. Lessons got to go by real fast here. You know how it is. But let's talk about the word gook. First things first, that just sounds lazy, right? Like, as insults go, like you could say so much more. Like you could really dig into someone's like deepest insecurities. But this sounds like you had a stroke and you still wanted to insult me, and all you could get out was you little gook. and it turns out that the origins of the word are also just as lazy. First of all, like many other great innovations in recent modern history, such as internet, drone striking innocent civilians, Gook just adds to the list of great U.S. Army innovations. Uh, and the story goes something like there was a bunch of U.S. posted in Korea, and they heard a lot of Koreans calling them Miguk, which means American in Korean. And so these brave soldiers heard someone go Miguk at them and responded, "Oh, me, Jeff, and he, Carl." And then some other guy comes along, he's laughing at these two dumbasses, and he's like, "Me gook, me gook." And like the proverbial Patrick and the Krusty Krab, our fine soldiers stationed abroad go, "Me, Jeff, and me, Carl." And like, if you're looking for some more deeper, more anthropologically robust explanation for some of these slurs, you're not gonna get one. I mean, sometimes people just want to be mean and can't think of anything other than what's right in front of them, like you gook. And now let's move on to the last lesson for today. And if there's any word that I want you to take from today, it's this one. It's Ginder. What is a Ginder? Really, philosophers have pondered this for a long time, and it's it's something you want to say when calling someone a fob just isn't enough. Urban Dictionary has a couple different definitions for it. You can pause and read for a second. They're both great pieces of work, but the most succinct definition I can give you is probably that it's a derogatory word for Indian people or brown people in general. But it's not like those other slurs, right? This one is handmade in America in the modern day, which means it was made by immigrants. Ginder is used mostly by well assimilated South Asian American students to describe other South Asian American students who are less white than they are. And this one kind of blows my mind, right? Because I have both been called a Ginder and have had friends call other Ginders in my presence. And I'm just like, dude, making up slurs is a white man's job. We don't need to take away that one away too. Like, we're already CS majors. Um, but that's my time today. I need you all to leave me great C techs or else I won't get tenure. And I hope you learned something uh, from any of these slurs I talked about today.